Hi guys, I'm Dr. Kiana from Endara Naturals, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about why it's so important for you to embrace your natural hair texture. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or comments for me, you can leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you're looking for our organic natural hair care products, you can find those in the description box down below. So, first, I want to talk about why you need to embrace your natural hair texture and how that affects your hair growth goals and the health of your hair. So, when I am talking to my customers in real life, most of the questions that I get are about how to get their hair to grow longer so that they can reach their length goals, or how to regrow damaged areas in the edges, in the crown, and in the nape. And when we're talking about their current hair care practices, how the damage started, things like that, what I'm finding is that most of the time, the issue is that they are pulling their hair too tightly, they are using too much heat, they're not moisturizing often enough, they're not cleansing often enough, and they're not deep conditioning often enough. And the reason for that usually boils down to they don't like the way their hair looks, they don't like their natural hair texture. They think that their hair is too short, that it looks unkempt, that it doesn't look done, it doesn't look polished, it doesn't look professional. And so they're using these styles, braids, wigs, ponytails that are pulled too tightly, buns that are pulled too tightly. They're using these styles to try to camouflage their natural hair texture, or to make their hair look longer than it is, or to make it look more polished or more professional. And in the long run, what you're doing is damaging your hair and causing your length and growth to be stunted. Because if you're pulling your hair too tightly every day because you want your bun or your ponytail to be perfect, what you're doing is stressing out your hair follicles, pulling the hair out from the root, and causing long term damage. So, if you can embrace your natural hair texture, embrace your natural curl pattern, and work with your hair instead of working against it. So work with your natural curls by doing wash and goes, twist outs, uh, puffs, etc. These styles are going to allow you to put less tension on your edges and your crown, allow your hair to be accessible so that you can wash it once a week or every 2 weeks. You can deep condition regularly. You can moisturize every few days. You can massage your scalp. You can apply your growth oil. You can do all the things to pamper your hair that are going to cause it to thrive, to grow, and to be healthier. When you're fighting against your hair texture by straightening it to death, by covering it with wigs, by wearing braids and buns and ponytails that are way too tight, you're causing long term damage to your hair and you're working against your length goals. So, one way that I found, because I went through this too, I grew up feeling like my hair was too kinky, it was too nappy. I had to have a relaxer, I had to have my hair straight at all times, I had to have every hair in place all the time. And when I went natural, it took me at least a year to find styles that worked with my hair, to find a go-to style that I could do, that I could rely on all the time. I had a lot of bad hair days during that time because I was learning. And so it is a process. I understand that, you have to go to work, you have to go to church, you want your hair to look nice when you go out. But one of the things that you need to do is practice styling your own hair. You need to practice doing your twist out until you get it right. Practice doing your wash and go until you get it right. And don't just run back to your wig or weave or braids if you try a style and it doesn't work. You need to just keep trying. It might take a while. There is a learning curve there. But once you get the hang of it, then you can have that as your go to style all the time. So pick one style, whether it's a twist out, a braid out, a wash and go. Pick one style, focus on that, and try to perfect it. And that way you can have that as your go to, and you don't have to rely on the previous styles that you used to use that were causing damage to your hair. Another thing that you can do to help you embrace your natural hair texture is to be mindful of what kind of content you're consuming. So we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and we're watching all these hair care videos and hair care tutorials and styling videos. You need to try to find people who have a similar hair length and hair texture to yours. If you have very kinky type 4 hair, then watching curly hair videos of someone who has very loose curls is not going to help you. You don't necessarily have to find someone who has the exact same hair as you, but you want to have somebody who's at least in the same family, that their hair is similar enough to yours that you can watch their videos or their styling tutorials and get something out of it, instead of watching the video of a hair type that you wish you had and then trying to force your hair to behave like that person's hair. So you want to be mindful of the kind of content that you're consuming. Make sure that you're watching content creators who have hair texture that is similar to yours and who have a positive attitude about their hair and can help you have a positive attitude about your hair. In the long run, if you can find styles that work with your hair texture instead of working against it, if you can find a few styles that you can do quickly at home, and you can embrace that your hair is naturally curly, is naturally kinky, it's maybe a little bit frizzy, that's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with having hair that is a little bit frizzy. There's nothing wrong with having hair that is a kinkier texture. But if you can learn to love it and see the beauty in it, then you can work with it instead of working against it. And you can find styles that work for you that are not causing damage, that are not causing loss around your edges, that are not causing thinning in your crown. And then you can work on getting your hair back to a healthier state and getting it to grow to the length that you want. There are a lot of videos on this channel that talk about how you can get your hair to grow, how you can style it, what kind of products to use, techniques to use, things to do and not to do. But none of that is going to help if you're continuing to style your hair in a way that's causing damage. So if you're watching my videos and you're learning about hair care, but then you're still pulling your hair too tightly every day, that's going to work against your ultimate hair care goals. So we want to embrace our natural hair texture, learn to love it for what it is, learn to work with it instead of against it, and then you can put into practice all the things that I'm telling you about on this channel and get your hair to thrive and to flourish the way that you want it to. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, like I said, you can leave them in the comments down below. And if you're looking for our products at Endara Naturals, those links are going to be in the description box below. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.